Right. Hi, everybody. Adrian Nelson here from ahngreatlife.com. And just quickly checking out a reading for love. What is it that the universe would like to communicate for you when it comes to love? So you will choose option 1, 2, or 3. Then I'm going to draw a card for you. And then we're going to see how the universe and spirit would like to elaborate for you on that card by also drawing some tarot cards. Okay, please remember that these messages are general, so please take them as they resonate. If any of you want to take a deeper look into your energy, you can always book a personal reading with me. I'm going to tell you how to do that at the end of the reading. Okay, so 1, 2, or 3, whichever resonates with you, flip a coin, do whatever it is that you need to do. We've got number 1, we've got number 2, and we've got number 3. All right, so number 1, quick sticks 1. Yes, 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 yes. Big, big, big yes there for you. Now, yes for balance, yes for beauty, yes for love, yes for maybe that Libra sort of energy. Maybe you are Libra, maybe you're dealing with a Libra, maybe you are the person that you're dealing with, be it somebody that's already in your life or be it somebody that's coming into your life. You know, maybe they've got a strong Libra energy or they're bringing about that balance, but there's a beautiful sense of balance here, ascension, 3D to 5D, going to that next level. 3 cards with that. You've got the Page of Cups, you've got the Hanged Man, you've got the Hierophant, and I'm encouraged to draw a 4th card, so I'm going to take the card just on top of it, and you've got the Devil. Alright, so people usually get very freaked out when they see the Devil card. Nothing to get freaked out about. You know, if you take my step-by-step tarot reading course, you get to understand how the Devil energy is actually a very positive energy, because it's about transformation from dark into light, from non-understanding into clearer understanding. And you are being encouraged to open yourself to love here, to open yourself to the idea that things can actually work out for you. You're encouraged to have faith. You're encouraged to be open to that next step, to the idea that things can work out for you. So this seems to be very much a space of new beginnings, or taking things to that next level. And if you're afraid, and if you're scared of love, and if you're scared of a connection, the question to always ask yourself is, you know, what is it that I'm scared of? What is it that I'm afraid of? And you may say, okay, I'm afraid of maybe, you know, being used, or I'm afraid of being hurt, taken for a fool, things not working out again, my heart being broken. And then a good question to ask is, when are other times in my life that I felt that way? Being willing to really look at your path of life. There's a reason why when you go see a therapist, they typically want to speak about your childhood, because a lot of the patterns that we play out in our older life and the subsequent experiences that we have in our life, it often comes from patterning in our childhood, the people that we were surrounded with, that sort of thing. So if you have got some strong reservations about love, about closer connections about love, then you might want to ask yourself those questions. When are other times that I felt that way? You know, what are the feelings? What are the associative sort of emotions, energies that goes with that? And then maybe being willing to heal something in the past that you might actually find that the problems that you have with love may actually be locked up in a past situation, something from your childhood or an earlier period of life. Okay. If it's possible and you have that sort of relationships with your parents, your guardians, maybe significantly older sort of siblings, cousins, nephews, nieces, you know, whichever way it goes, really, uncles, aunts, you can always ask them, you know, what sort of things were surrounded in me in childhood. You just want to be maybe very careful how you word it, because people can get quite easily offended when you ask them things like that. Okay. You can just say, I want a better understanding of my background, you know, why I live my life the way that I live it. Number 2, look for a sign. There's beautiful energy here, that Archangel Michael energy release over here. I feel that for some of you, you may have been scorned in love, you may have been hurt in love, you may have had some painful experiences in love, and now you might find it very difficult to trust when it comes to love. You might find it, you know, very difficult to trust maybe even other situations, or you could say you're fine with love, or you know, as long as it's with other people, you're happy for them, but maybe it's never going to happen for you. You might be making the joke, you know, always a bridesmaid and never a bride, or always a groomsman and never, you know, never a groom, that sort of thing. but there's healing here for you. So if you have been hurt by love a lot, if you've been feeling very let down and you've been feeling very challenged with love, there's beautiful healing that's coming in here. The divine is coming through, spirit is coming through. There's a clearing, healing energy. It might be time for you to take a salt bath, where you literally take coarse salt, like a handful, put it in a bath of water, and just, sort of bath in there to wash off the negative energies that might have taken on. Or you're just soaking your feet in it. Always just bearing in mind, obviously, that salt does have a tendency to dry out the skin, so you might just want to moisturize afterwards. But, it might be time to really focus on that release, because I see that for many of you, there might be a lot of pain and hurt and disappointments in love, but there's beautiful healing that's coming through for you at the moment with Archangel Michael energy. What does the tarot got to say for us? So in the previous one we had the death card for number one, the devil card. In this one we've got the death card, the wands, and the moon. And people get quite afraid of the death card as well. But the death card is about transformation. It's about release. It's about moving out of the space where things are not working in the best possible way into a space where things are actually quite beautifully working in your favor. All right, so new beginnings, moving away from disappointments. This next engagement of love could be the commitment you've been looking for all of your life, because there with the King of Wands you are ready, but you have to accept there with the moon energy. You have to accept within your own energy that you are ready and that you are open for love and that you want to have love and that you welcome it into your life, because until we welcome in the beauty of love in our life, it can't really come into our, into our life. It's not going to sort of like come and kick your door down and that sort of thing. It can only have the invitation, but letting you know that you are ready, and the person that you are dealing with or the person coming towards you, they are ready as well, and you're ready to do that deeper healing, maybe healing through different lifetimes. Something like something I specialize in is past life regression, for example. Or maybe even something like working together at activating your Kundalini, or maybe studying something like the Kabbalah, really those deep inner practices, to release that sort of deep inner pain, inner healing, maybe working with a shaman or with a Sangoma. I just want to say, when I say Sangoma, I'm speaking about a traditional African healer that works with the light, not these sort of scabangers, Dr. whoever and Professor whoever that's got all little shops everywhere, all sorts of weird stuff. A Sangoma works with the light, so just bear that in mind. You might need to travel to maybe a bit more of a rural country sort of area to go speak to someone who's really working with the light, because Sangoma is actually like a real oracle, okay? Number 3, unlikely. Okay, so the thing to remember, sometimes when we speak about love, we want to hear yes, and sometimes even when people have a reading with me, and especially when it comes to love, and I start putting out the cards, they'll be like, "Ooh, this is that person, and that is that person," and no, this is them, and this is them, and this is them, and sometimes we want to hear what we want to hear, but and I know that love is a very personal thing, obviously, but sometimes when we don't get exactly what we want, it can be a blessing, which you may not see right now, but going forward, you may actually get to see that. All right, let's see what the tarot's got for you. What is he talking about? Because what I feel, it's like you're going through that next level, and I have to say that for some of you, it's almost like the idea or the perception of the person, the connection that you can be with, the universe sees a bigger picture for you. And it doesn't mean that some people are better than other people. It's just that somebody might be more suited to you, somebody that might not be in your life, or somebody that might be familiar, but you might not be considering that person as a possibility for you yet. And look at what we've got over here. We've got the Knight of Pentacles, we've got the Three of Wands, and we've got the Knight of Wands. Hello, my love. And this is really that beautiful energy this is really that beautiful sort of energy where you want to open yourself to the idea that maybe there's more for you. Maybe there's a higher vibrational energy carrier, so basically person for you. And I feel that you are exactly where it is that you need to be for you to line up with this beautiful energy, with this beautiful person, with this beautiful connection. So try not to feel disheartened when things don't go the way that you would like them to go, when things don't seem to go with the person the way that you'd like them to go. Also, obviously, be careful not to start, like, drawing red lines through people's names, but just letting you know that things are not likely to turn out the way that you would like them to turn out, simply because you are sort of like ascending, and so there's sort of like more of a vibrational match to your energy person that's available to you. Okay, so that's what I got for you. I hope that helps. If any of you are interested in a personal reading, then all the details are down below in the description. The rate, the duration, the payment options. So you basically pay, you send me an email with a proof of payment, and then what I will do is I will record the reading for you, and I will send you an email with the attachment that you need to download within 7 days. So please bear in mind that the email address that you sent it from is the email address that I'm going to send the reading to, unless you specify a different email address. You want to be mindful of that, because I don't keep copies of the readings. Once I've sent them, I've deleted them. And so what I've had a lot lately is personal readings, but also people that were maybe struggling with going to that next level, people that want to maybe start their online practice, sort of like what I do. I am busy with a beautiful sort of like candle magic course at the moment, which is going to be so incredible. I'm so excited about it. But also a lot of people I've got lately, in last 2 to 3 weeks, a lot of people that were dealing with negative energy, dark energy, that they needed release, and that's something that I do as well. It's the same rate as a reading, so you can just send me your reading, and if I normally do like a general reading for you, and you can have like, up to 5 questions. You don't have to have all 5 questions. In fact, you don't have to have any questions at all. You can just be open to what it is that the universe has to communicate to you. Because what I find is that when I just channel a reading for you, I don't know who you are, but you normally find that all your questions are answered and so much more as well. But from my heart, namaste, love and light.